Let us read from Isaiah chapter 41, verses 8 to 16. But you, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the offspring of Abraham, my friend, you whom I look from the ends of the earth and called from its farthest corners, saying to you, you are my servant. I have chosen you and not cast you off. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Behold, all who are incensed against you shall be put to shame and confounded. Those who strive against you shall be as nothing and shall perish. You shall seek those who contend with you, but you shall not find them. Those who war against you shall be as nothing at all. For I, the Lord your God, hold your right hand. It is I who say to you, fear not. I am the one who helps you. Fear not, you worm Jacob, you men of Israel. I am the one who helps you, declares the Lord. Your Redeemer is the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I make of you a threshing sledge, new, sharp, and having teeth. You shall thresh the mountains and crush them, and you shall make the hills like chaff. You shall minnow them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the tempest shall scatter them. And you shall rejoice in the Lord, in the Holy One of Israel you shall glory. A little child was walking through a crowded airport with his father. People rushed in every direction. Announcements echoed through the terminal. The child had no idea where they were going, how they would get there, or what would happen next. But he wasn't anxious. He wasn't studying the departure boards or checking the flight schedules. His father was holding his hand. That simple picture captures a deep truth. Peace does not come from knowing the future, but from knowing the one who does. Many of us wish we could see tomorrow. We wonder how to make decisions about our health, our families, our finances, our ministries, or the direction of our lives. We would love to know how certain situations will turn out. Yet, God often withholds such knowledge for our good, while giving us something far better, His presence. Isaiah 41 was written into a world filled with uncertainty. God's people were facing the painful consequences of their sin. Many would eventually find themselves in exile. The nations were rising in seemingly unstoppable might against them. The future looked frightening. Into that uncertainty, God spoke. The God who holds the future also holds his people. The chapter begins with a courtroom scene. God summons the nations before him. He asks, who stirred up one from the east, whom victory meets at every step? Verse 2. God is speaking about a ruler who would arise in the future, Cyrus, the king of Persia. About 150 years before his birth and the rise of Persia as a world power, God announced his coming. Kings would fall before Cyrus. Babylon itself would eventually collapse. Yet none of this happened by chance. Behind the movements of armies and empires stood the sovereign hand of God. As in verse 4, I the Lord, the first and with the last, I am He. History is not a collection of accidents. World events do not unfold outside God's control. Economies fluctuate, cultures change, nations rise and fall. Yet above it all stands the Lord, directing history toward His appointed purposes. The prophet describes the response of Babylon to uncertainty and chaos. Instead of seeking the true God, they would rush to their idols. They would vie with each other in making stronger pedestals for their gods. Ironically, They were placing their trust in objects that themselves needed the help of human hands to keep them from falling over. Our idols may look different. We may trust in our abilities or our resources. We may put our hope in technology. We often cling to things that seem dependable until circumstances reveal how fragile they really are. But then God's attention turns from the nations to his people. He comforts his children. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. Verse 10. The impact of those words on the discouraged, seemingly abandoned exiles can only be imagined. God does not begin by explaining his plan, but with the revelation of his presence. Fear not, I am with you. Then he adds, I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Verse 10. God does not merely send help from afar. He draws near to strengthen, help, and sustain his people. And he says as to a child, for I, the Lord your God, hold your right hand. It is I who say to you, fear not, I am the one who helps you. Verse 13. Our safety and security depend not on how tightly we are clinging to God, but on the strength of his mighty hand. Nobody can pluck us out of that sure grasp. This scale of strength is a deliberate counterpoint to the powerlessness of Israel. God tells his people, fear not, you worm Jacob, in verse 14. The exiles of Judah were weak, insignificant, and powerless compared to mighty empires. Yet, God tells them he will make them a threshing instrument to reduce great mountains to rubble. Verse 15 and 16. The world measures strength by power, influence, and resources. With God, it is different. Again and again in Scripture, he works through people who rely on him. As 2 Corinthians 12 verse 10 says, when I am weak, then I am strong. The chapter continues with the image of thirsty people searching desperately for water. The future was not only unknown, but barren of hope. With God, however, streams would burst forth from barren places. Rivers would flow through land once parched. Trees would flourish in the wilderness. The exiles saw only a desert. God saw rivers. They saw obstacles. God saw opportunities. They saw limitations. God saw possibilities. These blessings are not merely comfort, but revelation. God says, these things happen that they may see and know, may consider and understand together that the hand of the Lord has done this. Verse 20. God's greatest gift is that we may know him. The chapter closes with a direct challenge to idols. God's questions will force people to decide whether they deserve worship or not. Can idols explain history? Can they predict the future? Can they reveal what is coming? The only answer is silence. Idols have no answers because they possess no power. Only the living God can declare future events and then bring them to pass. Later on come the words, I am God, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning. Isaiah 46 verse 9 and 10. That truth brings us back to where we began. Like the child in the airport, we often do not know where the road ahead will lead, but we know the one who does. The God who announced Cyrus long before his birth knows every detail of your future. The God who guided nations and empires knows the path you will walk. The God who promised to hold Israel's hand still holds the hands of his people today. The one who stands at the end of the story is present in every chapter along the way. He has not forgotten you. He has not lost sight of you. He has not let go of you. The hand that holds the future holds you. And that is enough reason to trust him today. God bless.